So yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I was just feeling really, just not really, certainly not 100%, probably closer to 50, and decided to come down here after doing it 2 years ago when I was feeling the same way.
Tell me a little bit about what you've experienced and what nature can do.
I think this, because this place, you've got such vast bushland as well as beautiful clean oceans, and you're right smack bang in the middle of it. As long as you can keep away from your phone and your emails and get away from that addiction of being connected, and then you come back to the awareness of birds singing and fish swimming and water breaking on the ground and fucking trees and rivers, all that sort of stuff is very, very good for the soul. Come down here, it's about health, fitness, nutrition, and living off the land and sea, and getting back to basics to build back your your vitality, and ready to just step up and be a leader again with some energy, I guess.
Awesome, mate. Welcome to a nice sunny Tairua day and another episode of the Provider Podcast. Today, going to be having a little chat about leadership, and I've got a good leader and a good man with me today. Aaron, welcome, Aaron.
Hello.
And specifically going to be talking about leadership from the point of view of recognizing as a leader when it's time just to step back a little bit and look after yourself and take a little bit of time out to look after your own well-being. That's something Aaron's done. Thank you, Aaron, for coming to Tairua for the last 12 days you've been here. And
yep.
Tell me first of all a little bit about your background, what you've done in your life, because you've accomplished some amazing things in your life.
2-minute summary is running Vodafone stores for about 20 years before selling them back to Vodafone, founding a company and taking it public on the ASX and taking it global and selling it, taking over another company and then starting a telco. But basically just hard out telecommunications and software. It's pretty stressful and pretty hard at times, like most business.
Yep. And what have you learned along that journey in terms of what's important, what makes a good leader, and what's important in life?
Sort of always been having your shit together and having the right energy about yourself to be able to exude that to others is probably the biggest secret I've found to leadership. And that's why after a pandemic and shutdowns and lockdowns and all the crap over the last couple of years, I don't think there's a single business entrepreneur out there that's not what I call burnt and tired, worn down by all the shit that's going on in the world and in business and in the government.
You can definitely go there.
So the issue with that when you're running a company is if your tank's not full and you're not happy internally, not fit, not strong, you bring all that into your business like a toxic waste. It spreads. It's just a thing of nature and science. So yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I was just feeling really, just not really, certainly not 100%, probably closer to 50, and decided to come down here after doing it 2 years ago when I was feeling the same way, and fill the tank. So when you come down here, it's about health, fitness, nutrition, and living off the land and sea, and getting back to basics to build back your, your vitality. So yeah, I'm going to go back, even though I've had the flu for just a serious cold. I still managed to smash hills, swim in the ocean, dive, catch crayfish, and drag pigs out of the forest. So just went hard, lost a few kilos, and really feeling fit and strong. Cold's gone, and ready to just step up and be a leader again with some energy, I guess.
Awesome, mate. Well, I want to thank you for what you've brought to the table, and definitely notice a shift and notice you going back ready to kick some goals today. And I want to just express my gratitude for just being up for everything. Stepped outside your comfort zone. We had a whale cruising beside the boat at one stage on our way back from fishing, and Aaron's like, where's the dive gear? I'm going to jump in with it. And I'm like, good on you, bro. And we had Bridie's whale swimming around the boat for about an hour. That was pretty early on in the piece.
Yeah, you got to go swimming with whales when you see them, even if you've just seen a bloody, 5-meter bronze whaler 20 minutes before. Then you don't swim with them for too long when you know those other things are around you.
And I want to say thanks for teaching an old dog like me a few tricks as well, and that's what these retreats are about. Is I'll share my backyard and what I know and some of my journey, but people that come along on the retreats like yourself always bring something. And one thing that I'd step out of my comfort zone for was we'd been for a bush run, and you said, right, Carl, we're going to jump in that swimming hole you showed me, and I'm like, mate, that's going to be cold. So you do a bit of ice bathing.
Yeah, big fan of Wim Hof. Yeah, cold and breathing is good stuff. Again, it gets you back into your groove when you're stressed or dealing with stuff in your head.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I think we did 4K in the bush off road, and normally my legs would feel it the next day, but I felt nothing, and I go out and do a 7K one that day. It was unbelievable. And so Tairua, tell me a little bit about what you've experienced about the healing power of nature. I'm a big believer in the fact that nature heals, and we don't have to look to, you mentioned the government and so on. I'm a big believer we don't necessarily need to put our power over to other people to heal ourselves. And tell me a little bit about what you've experienced and what nature can do.
I think this, because this place, you've got such vast bushland as well as beautiful clean oceans, and you're right smack bang in the middle of it. As long as you can keep away from your phone and your emails and get away from that addiction of being connected, and then you come back to the awareness of birds singing and fish swimming and water breaking on the ground, and fucking trees and rivers, all that sort of stuff is very, very good for the soul.
Awesome, mate. And you've told me you've seeked that out in various places around the world.
Every time the tank's down, just dive down the rabbit hole, get back to basics, back to nature, and back to some clear thinking. Otherwise, you just get sucked up in it.
So you've been to other continents. How does Tairua stack up to what other wellness experiences around the world?
As good as anywhere in the world.
Yeah, awesome, mate. And you've had some amazing meals. What's been your favourite?
I think that crayfish omelette was pretty good. The food's world class. Carl's a great chef, so if you you can eat, but you don't get fat if you do the fasting and eat clean. The weight's just dropped off me, and I'm not a big guy, but I was carrying a bit of tubbiness, and 3 kilos gone in 2 weeks. I'm stoked.
Awesome, mate. So part of what I've learned about coaching and what I try and do on retreats is usually finish a retreat or any session with accountability. And so I'm going to give you a call in 2 weeks' time. What's one thing you want to, when you go home, one thing you want to be held accountable for? It could be diet, it could be cooking, it could be going for a run. What do you want me to ring you up about? And mate, Aaron, have you done this? I think
the fasting and alcohol-free days is probably going to be and the paleo diet, like keeping off any sort of carbs or crap. You can carry that through for another 2-4 weeks, and I'll be a whipping.
Okay, mate. So we say if I call you up in 2 weeks, you've done half of the next 2 weeks alcohol-free, and only eat in between 12 and 8 each day. Does that sound like a...
We'll call it 11 and 8, eh?
Sweet. Nice work, mate. Thanks. Right. Thank you, Aaron. And safe travels back to Waiwera.
See you next year.
As a leader in your family, community, small or large business, you might have found that you've been putting the needs of others ahead of yourself. And the best thing you can do as a leader sometimes is to take a step back and recharge your mind, body and soul. If you like what you've heard about what Aaron has just experienced on one of our retreats, you can get in touch with us at www.theprovider.co.nz. We run wellbeing retreats for groups of men. You can jump on and join other like-minded men. We also do customised one-on-one retreats like you've just heard Aaron has come and experienced with us on Tairua. So if you've liked what you've heard today, reach out to us, carl@theprovider.co.nz. You can call me in New Zealand on +64 21 227 4354, or go to our website www.theprovider.co.nz. I'm a pre-cure health coach, and I marry that knowledge and experience up with 20 years guiding on the Coromandel, showing people the amazing backyard that I'm lucky to live in. So if you've liked what you've heard, reach out. Look forward to hearing from you.